This is the Angkorwat Temple, the largest religious monument in the world. Yes, to this day, no larger place of worship has ever been built in the entire world. The total area of this temple spans over 400 acres, enough to fit 4 countries the size of Vatican City within it, comfortably. Yes, 4 countries. And when we talk about the stones used in the construction of this temple, they were transported from a mountain about 50 kilometers away, with each stone weighing around 1,500 kilograms. That's the weight of 3 cars combined. In total, around 50 million tons of stone were used to construct this incredible temple. But how did they manage to bring these massive stones 50 kilometers to the temple almost 900 years ago? How did they achieve such a feat without modern machinery? In today's episode of Da Vinci's Vision, we'll explore the mind-blowing answers to these questions and more. Let's go back to the 12th century, to the Khmer Empire, ruled by King Suryavarman II. He was a deeply religious and devout ruler, and the Khmer Empire at the time was vast, covering all of modern-day Cambodia, parts of Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, and even parts of Myanmar. The capital of the empire was the city of Angkor, which was not only stunningly beautiful, but also crisscrossed by rivers that the people relied on for irrigation and water supply. One day, the idea struck King Suryavarman to build a magnificent temple dedicated to Lord Vishnu. He gathered his ministers and discussed his vision, as he wanted the temple to be the grandest and most awe-inspiring structure, one that even the gods in the sky would be tempted to descend upon and inhabit. The king hoped that after his death, he would join the gods in this temple. The temple's design was inspired by Mount Meru, a sacred mountain in Hindu mythology, believed to be the abode of the gods. Meru has 4 peaks, each representing a cardinal direction, and rivers flow around it. King Suryavarman commissioned a temple to be built in this very likeness, with one large tower in the center and smaller towers around it, all surrounded by water. Initially, the temple was called Vishnulok, but later it was renamed Angkorwat, which means City of Temples. After the design and name were finalized, the greatest architects were summoned and construction began in full swing. The first and biggest challenge was sourcing the right stones, which had to be strong and suitable for intricate carvings. These stones were found 50 kilometers away on the Kulin mountain range. The stones were sandstone, known for their durability and suitability for carving. But the problem was how to transport these massive stones over such a long distance, especially since each stone weighed over 1,500 kilograms. After much deliberation, it was decided that the stones would be transported via water, as a river ran from Kulin Mountain all the way to Angkor City. With the plan in place, workers began cutting the large stone blocks from the mountain. These blocks were dragged by laborers and elephants to the riverbank, where they were loaded onto huge boats. This was no easy task. Loading such heavy stones onto boats was a difficult process, and they couldn't use elephants for this part. After managing to load the stones, they would be ferried down the river to Angkor City, where more laborers and elephants waited to unload them and drag them to the construction site. This process of moving stones continued for over 30 years. More than 300,000 workers and over 6,000 elephants were involved in this monumental task. Once the stones reached the site, the next challenge was how to stack them on top of one another. These stones were incredibly heavy, so the craftsmen devised an ingenious technique. They built large, strong wooden ramps at an angle against the temple walls. Ropes were tied around the stones, and with the combined effort of workers and elephants, the stones were pulled up these ramps and placed one atop the other. It was a painstaking process, but the workers persevered, overcoming countless obstacles. Interestingly, the Khmer builders didn't use cement or any binding material to hold the stones together. Instead, they created a unique mixture using various plant extracts to ensure the stones held firmly. Even today, this mixture remains intact and the temple still stands strong. Finally, after years of grueling labor, the structure of Angkor Wat was completed. Its resemblance to Mount Meru was uncanny, with its towering structures and a moat filled with pure river water flowing around it. With the main structure complete, attention turned to decoration. Intricate carvings were made on the walls, depicting Hindu myths like the famous churning of the ocean, which is nothing short of breathtaking. Stories from the Mahabharata, Ramayana, and Vishnu Purana were also meticulously etched into the walls. And the craftsmanship didn't stop there. Over 2,000 sculptures of celestial nymphs, apsaras, were created, each with exquisite detail. At the heart of the temple, a magnificent statue of Lord Vishnu was installed, and alongside it, numerous other deities were crafted with equal care and beauty. And so, the world's most majestic and grand temple was completed. To this day, no other religious site comes close to matching the size and splendor of Angkor Wat. And here's another mind-boggling fact. Archaeologists still haven't been able to determine exactly how many statues were originally in the temple, as many were destroyed or lost over time. Today, millions of tourists from around the globe travel to Cambodia to witness the grandeur of Angkor Wat, making it a significant source of revenue for the country. In fact, around 50% of Cambodia's tourists come just to see this temple, and it is so revered that its image is printed on Cambodia's national flag. If you ever want to visit but are on a tight budget, don't worry. You can explore Angkor Wat through Google Maps in 3D. I'll share the link in the description. So, what do you think about this grand temple? Let me know in the comments. And here's an exciting update. I'll soon be releasing a detailed video on this incredible temple, so make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, thank you for watching.